All right. Hello. My name is Grace. I work at Vault Games and also our small team at Spork Tank now on video games. I'm going to talk about a bunch of businessy stuff, but I want you to also keep in mind that I don't actually know what I'm talking about. I literally dropped out of business, and as much as I wish I was the next Steve Jobs, I don't think I am. But I have been put in charge of a lot of money to run a game development project for some reason, and somehow make a full-time income from games now. And I'm going to at least try and attempt to justify how I got here. Maybe this has happened to you, to something you've heard of. It's happened to some of my friends. Or you've seen it happen to other projects online. The developers are super passionate about the project they're working on. They put countless hours into it. But they go to launch it, and they realize they've forgotten about the most important part, which is the players. From my experience working at a tabletop game store in content creation and now in video game development, I argue that the work you do surrounding your game is as important, if not more important, than making the game itself. And I use the term like building community over marketing very deliberately. Anyone can market anyone to any audience, I think, as long as they have a big enough budget and enough research into that community. But building a community yourself is something you can only do from the inside. You have to be a pillar of that community and understand people on a personal level, which is a much more resilient way to build an audience for your game. Button. Whoa. As humans, we are literally hardwired to desire connection. It's part of our survival instinct, literally. Unfortunately, our society right now is not exactly built to prioritize people. It's designed to prioritize profit. And, you know, it's already really hard to find time in our busy work schedules to meet up with our friends. And when we do meet up with our friends, there's always a price tag attached to that hanging out. So in this sense, video games solve a lot of problems for us. It's a lot easier to hop on a computer and hang out with your friends much in the same way you would in person, or over a tabletop game, or over some cards. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot easier to connect with people when you have a vector for that social interaction as well. It's very important for a lot of people in our society these days. If anyone plays Commander in Magic the Gathering, you know what I'm talking about. I honestly, generally, I don't even like Commander that much. But it's like the best way to hang out with my friends. So in that way, it's fun. Of course, every single-player game also builds connection by building a community and people around that game. Think about like how many cosplays and how much fan art, how many videos you see about single-player games. That's all community. And the big question is, knowing this, how can you build community to fulfill this basic human need that we have? Well, luckily, if you are passionate about your game, your community is probably one you're already a part of. Why are you looking to make your game? What games do you play? What inspires you? What do you find interesting or amusing? Chances are there are people out there that also agree with you, that also have the same interests that you. In fact, there's this convention on tomorrow called Queensland Games Fest. I don't know if you heard about it. But, you know, they're your people. Where when you're exhibiting or when you're walking around the convention floor, get to know people, have a chat, get to know what they're into, and have a genuine conversation. Everyone here in this room right now is your people. They're your community. Learn about what they like and how to bond over it. Conversation by conversation, you'll start to understand your peers and your fans, and your community will grow, and you'll know better how to communicate to your audience, communicate your shared interests with them through your marketing online or elsewhere. You could think of it as like a genuine form of market research. A little more wholesome than real business market research. But how can we translate this into like actual actionable things that you can do? Most of this discussion is simply a matter of mindset. This is some examples of things. It's mainly a matter of mindset, but also there are some little things we can do. Like, I found great success in my own content, building a community at Vault Games and advertising for Batography by simply being genuine and being like a human person, not being afraid to talk about things that I enjoy. People love hearing about that. We're always so scared to talk about things we like out of like fear of rejection. But I think if everyone has that same fear, then no one has that fear. We all, it's all relatable. Our most popular reels about batography talk about our interest in bats and talking about the game-making process and our struggles, and also feel-good stories about how much our fans support us and how much we love our fans, don't we all? And this obviously fits in with our community because we're making like a wholesome, cozy game. But if you're making like an intense action game, you could reflect your community by making like sick edits about the things you're doing in game development instead of like something so cute and cozy like we are. It doesn't have to be presented in like a very matter-of-fact way. It's important to tell stories. That's how you build connection with people. Through this process, you might also encounter other communities that you're maybe not necessarily a part of, but also share a lot of commonalities with as well. For example, in batography, it's a game that features a lot of anthropomorphic characters, which I have found appeals to a lot of furries. There's not much positive representation of bats in media, which is surprising. So especially people with bat personas really love Bit from our game. And in a way, I suppose we found an untapped niche. But despite the allegations, I'm not a furry. But I have connections with this community through my content creation and so on. And it's good to sometimes dive into their community and consume the content that they enjoy. I'm not saying that you have to become a furry, but, you know, learn about some of the things that they enjoy as well. And you can always find more things and more people to connect with this way. But overall, just keep your mind open, be curious about the people around you. A community built through genuine connection this way is much more resilient than one that you've simply blasted ads to. And I may not have a specific piece of paper to make me a professional marketing or project manager, but somehow I'm right here today. And I don't think you need a qualification to do this either, to be able to feel the basic human need of connection and build a community from it. And you're all here today because you're passionate about something, and passionate enough to have put your own time and money into it. And this is your people. Your community is all around you. So just get to know them. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.